Let's see here. Take priest. Nothing special over there. Nothing special over there. Let's do the governor. There we go. The painfully thin tech priest turns sharply toward you. The sudden movement makes his chromed augmentics briefly clang. His grey eyes, set under furrowed brows, almost bent into the pale skin of his face, and he levels you with a heavy, dour stare. Identification. Unit Logis Quats Crane, officially trade representative of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. The unit supervises supply routes in the Rykard system, ensures the security of combat arsenal, performs commercial transaction and secures mutually beneficial contracts. When the tech priest noticed Pascal, his eyes widened. His Vox unit immediately lets out a string of screeching binharik and a tortuously long triad in which the volume rises and falls seemingly at random. When it's finally over, the Omnissiah's servant bows his head in deference. Unit's Quartz Crane requests permission to transfer information. The rogue trader possesses a supreme degree of power, the potential of influence, to influence the current leadership, the ability to restore order in the Rykard system. Pascal, what was that? A detailed complaint. I recommended you consider Unit Quartz Crane's request to transfer information. What is the Cognizance Fleet doing in the Rykard system? The Cognizance Fleet represent the Rykard system is negligible. Its research activates in the system have been concluded. A limit presence is maintained for the purpose of logical support. Fulfillment of vows to maintain the Omnissiah's creation. Spiritual oversight. You're an explorator, aren't you? What are you doing here? Retrieving archived data. Over 70 Terran years ago, the governor of Rykard Manoris and authorized representatives of the Explorator Cognizant Fleet made an agreement. Its goal was mutual benefit through cooperation. Unit Logis Quartz Crane is the fleet's appointed trade agent. The unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal and the combat machinery. Okay. Blessed are the armorers, for there can be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for there are no end to the darkness without them. Show me your arsenal. I accept the commercial transaction. Okay, let's see what this is. Profit factor. Profit factor is a measure of your status, wealth, and power as rogue trader. Its value is determined by your trade connections, income of your holdings, treasury, and loans, both to and from you. The value of your profit factor is displayed on the reputation tab in the character menu. While traveling, your character will use profit factors for buying items and completing colonial projects. Profit factor is not spent on purchase and transactions. Instead, its level determines your ability to conclude trade transactions. Profit factor can grow or diminish. Its growth is primarily influenced by major trade deals, and it's decreased by investments in colonial projects. Equipment, weapons and other items can be found at vendors of various factions throughout the core expanse. To trade with them, profit factor and reputation is required. They are not spent on purchases by their level. One or both at once affects the range of goods available to you. Reputation is a measure of the rogue trader's relationship with the different factions of the Core's expanse. The higher reputation with a faction, the wider range of goods available from its representative. To increase your reputation with a particular faction, complete their orders and transfer valuable cargo to their representatives. Okay. So these are the things we collect, I'm guessing. Loot for loot. Provision, heretic trophies. Am I selling this stuff or am I gaining this stuff? Trading. Let's see if they actually have something I want to buy. When the weary uses run and gun, they gain +0 damage on their range attacks. That's the weirdest glove I've seen. Why would I buy this? Bolt pistol. Would be good for close combat characters. Plasma pistols in there. Area attack. That's a level 2. First aid manual. Modify last gun. That's heavy armor. Explorators. I don't seem to understand how I'm gonna raise this stuff though. Reputation. Required cargo. Ship components. Holy gift, ranged weapons. Cargo is for storing loot that is not valuable enough for mighty rogue trader. Drag pieces of loot to remove it from your loot screen. It will be placed into suitable cargo space. You may withdraw loot from cargo at any time. Selling full cargo to merchants improves your reputation with the faction. However, all loot inside that cargo will be lost. So is this what they're talking about? So they don't want that stuff. So we'll do the higher end ones that they like. See what we get from that. Yeah, it basically just opened up our ability to buy. It helps us sell stuff. It's kind of weird. We wanted this pistol. So how much for next 500 more? 67, 7. 6, 5. 6, 5. Oh, we're up above what we need. There we go. Back to trading. Plasma pistol we can buy. Proceed with transaction. Accept. What's this? I can just buy everything. Doesn't seem to cost anything. What's this? 25%. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem to need it. That will be good enough. That looks like all we need. Unless we go for the modified last gun as well. That one seems... we could get this one as well. You know what, maybe we just stack out here and get all the points. Holy gifts. Trading was for... let's see. 8 to 12. Physic force. If used by a psyker, whenever this sword hits an enemy, veil degradation is reduced by -1. Most warriors prefer swords, for they provide more flexible on the battlefield against close combat enemies. So this is... we can buy that for... what's her name? Psychers. Let's see. We need 1,500. Yeah, we'll save that. There we go. 150, 500. I mean 150. 1500. Oh, I can't buy it. That's profit factor value too low. How does I profit factor is a representation of the relative value the rogue traders warrant of trade and what opportunities and resources it can call upon. Okay, so I'm weak. Maybe if I would have established a trade with those pirates I shot down, my strength would have been stronger here. Take that. So I'm starting to understand the trading part at least, so I should use this list more, maybe. Well. Let's equip some of the stuff we got. So I was thinking about this. She has this lightning rod. So I don't know. I don't really want to take that from her. So maybe we'll give you. Let's see what that is. Info. Adapt is to start this equipment. Okay. I don't know if she is anywhere close to that. Sniper rifle. Holy vestment. So we have a plasma pistol, but we need to level up for him to be able to use it. Yeah, we got some damages here on the crew. Viral toxin. That's weird. So we have the plasma pistol at least. So now we just need someone to qualify for it. Alright. Equipment over.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Faisal Raikadi Ab Medine of Coronus. Makes what? Governor of this star system, welcome to my temporary headquarters. The man's gaze falls on Abelard, his eyes slightly narrow. Verserian? Abelard nods dryly. Governor Medine, my greetings. Lady Navigator, what an honor. I never thought that House Orzelio would grace our world with a visit. I only wish I could have received you under different circumstances. House Orzelio is grateful for the support that you have provided to UREC 5 these many years. I'm not seeing the convoy I'd sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that's so, I promise you their punishment will be swift and severe. The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me. That is an outrage. I will have the personnel vetting procedure change. That is an outrage. I will have the personnel vetting procedure change immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Well, everybody's a suspect, I guess. Your Lordship, before we proceed with discussing the matters of that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of House von Valancius. I have received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue trader? Our ship was attacked, Theodora was killed, and I claimed my inheritance. That is all you need to know. Rogue trader von Valancius slain. Unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, Your Lordship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. Okay, I need a fresh crew to replace those killed in the attack on the ship, and I need material compensation. Of course, Your Lordship, you will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally that your ship's holds are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserves. Excellent, Your Lordship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants, however. I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for their heretical scheming. Let's see here. What's my options here? I wish to commend the courage of one of your officers, Sergeant Malgar. He and his soldiers valiantly defend the starport. The sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. Let's see. My kinsman Kurant Voigtvir von Valancius has betrayed our dynasty and the Imperium. He is hiding in this system. I want him handed over to me. Voigtvir is a traitor? Why? And any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two? Naturally, we will surrender him if should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location, however. We have a cogitator here at the command center. It's connected to a data crypt from the Logis Abel's sanctum. It aggregated all the Lex Mechanic reports. Unfortunately, the access prayer for it is unknown to me. If you manage to convince the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Kudrat's movements. I'd hazard he fled from you on that ship, not a pair of wings. I hazard he fled from you on a ship, not on a pair of wings. Okay. Henrik von Klaux is an interrogator of the Most Holy Inquisition. He's operating in your system. Do you know where he is? I do. Master von Klaux has left for the hallowed electrodynamics Cenobium. It's an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, insurgents' activity has been observed in the monastery's vicinity, but I suppose that's too petty of a problem for an agent of the Most Holy Inquisition. Besides, I have already sent a small detachment of reinforcements there. The weapon of the insurgents were using to shoot down the shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Nothing more is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master von Klaux, you should go to the Cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. On the behalf of the priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Hanne Uman, am officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and assume myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that unordinated magos should provide his assistance. I categorically object. As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah's servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests initially. One of them perished in that same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcefully recruited into the city defense force. Medine and Pascal glare at each other, their unyielding gaze like crossed swords. You have picked an interesting time to quarrel with the servants of the Omnissiah, Governor. A critical situation calls for decisive action. I simply cannot let every learned tech breeds go on their death the moment they hear about endangered relic. I need people who can do more than praise the Omnissiah to look after the capital and its millions of citizens.